We are sitting out on the back porch. Yes, going through seeds, planting some flowers, some lettuce, some different things. We got Little Miss here, and her babies are romping about. Hi, wee one. And we got our chickie babies out here enjoying some fresh air and some grass. Hi, babies. Are you enjoying the fresh air and grass? Yeah. You're so cute. They're less than a week old. We had a broody hen that hatched some, but I haven't had good success with leaving them in the coop with all the big chickens, so we pulled them out. So we are doing a little gardening this evening. There's my oregano, chives, sage. This is the herb/flower garden. We have a new gardenia bush. Somebody brought me some flowers, so I got this new, I think it's a salvia or sage, and a hardy hibiscus. And that is volunteer violet leaf. We got a volunteer mullein. These are new this year. We got some new coreopsis, a new butterfly bush that is starting to bloom, more sage, new bee balm, apple tree, grapevine, and lots of honeysuckle. There's lots of honeysuckle. It smells so good. We have a blueberry bush and a yellow peony. On this side, we have some okra plants and lettuce, tomatoes, we did start some chamomile in here, and there is a little bit of it. Cilantro. I went to a friend's garden and picked some cilantro today along with lettuce and kale and other things. And when I brought them into the house, John smelled it immediately. He's like, "Is that cilantro?" Cucumbers, peas. Oh, it looks like we have aphids. We do. Oh boy. So in this row, we have some peppers. And I just planted some green beans in the pots. Underneath this little one, I planted some cosmos flower seeds. What do you think of the garden? Is it great fun? Planted some lettuce seed, more lettuce, Swiss chard. We got tomatoes, chives, marigolds, more cucumbers. I think that's a cabbage. More tomatoes. And look at this tomato. This thing is doing great. I think this is a Cherokee purple. This thing is going to town. It's beautiful. Back here, under the apple tree, we have some irises, some peonies. I moved these from the back door. We got 3 blueberry bushes right here. A rue plant, another blueberry, fig tree. Some parsley seed I threw out has produced. We have a comfrey plant. It's blooming. There's the parsley. A little bit of apple mint. And 2 more blueberry plants. These were in fabric grow pots, and I put them in the ground this year. Let's see what else we can find. Over here, we've got 2 more blueberries. There's 1. There's 2. On the back side of this cucumber bed, we have some peas, some volunteer green beans, some more volunteer green beans, more volunteer green beans. There's our cucumbers. There's one over here. More cucumbers and green beans. Some curly dock. And a cauliflower. Not a fruit yet. And then some more blueberry plants. All of these went in the ground this year. Some spearmint, clover. Although this one was in the ground. It looks a little hungry. Its leaves are yellow. And we have John's all-time favorite, the Sweet 100. Got some coming on there. Some little baby tomatoes. Over here, we have our usual hot pepper, the ghost pepper. More green beans. Carolina Reaper. And our habanero. Some red cabbage. Another row of tomatoes with the onions here. Oh, they're kind of hiding in the onions. And some squash, which doesn't look so good. Probably need to fertilize it. We have an armadillo that likes to dig holes in our garden. And then we got a grape tomato in here. Cucumber there, onions, marigolds, some basil. And then here we have a patio tomato in a bucket that we started bought a big plant, put it in the bucket so we could get some early tomatoes. So we could bring it in when it got cold. Same with this cucumber here. In the front here is our new block section of this bed. We've got some lemon thyme, lobelia, golden oregano, strawberries, lemon verbena, a pepper, an eggplant, some cabbage, some more cabbage. And then over here, got some squash and onions. Onions are looking good. And over here, have our rose bush, which is fading. And another hardy hibiscus. Planted this one last year and it came back. This is a white one. And this one is new this year, this red one. Look at that flower. That is the rose mallow. of course, our volunteer cleavers. Learned about that this year. That's good for some lymphatic drainage as a cold brewed tea. Then on this side of the yard, on our other garden area, we have our pond gardens with the grow pots and the pools. Have our horsetail and some perennial flowers. Some wild mustard John brought home. Echinacea, dandelion, more echinacea, and unrealized potential. This is our volunteer potato patch. We did not harvest them last year and they all came back. So maybe we'll get some potatoes this year. And our leeks. And then some elephant garlic. Oh, of course, lots of violets. I have noticed when they get this big like this, they don't seem to flower. But they're huge. And here's another comfrey patch. Lots of comfrey blooming. And then we ordered some Jerusalem artichokes this year and planted a row of those. We have some in the front yard, but we wanted some back here. And these I just ordered from Azure Standard. They were sold for eating. So we thought if they make big tubers for eating, they'd probably be what we want to grow. And they make a sunflower-like flower that's very pretty. We got peppers, peppers, peppers. On this side, we have some collard greens, some cabbage, some more cabbage. We got hit with the hard frost that kind of took a lot of this out. And here, in these trellises, we got some Roma tomatoes, some flowers, another kind of tomato, some burpless cucumbers, first time trying those. Got a row of those, another tomato. On the back side of the Jerusalem artichoke row, we have a row of volunteer peach trees that grew from some peaches that we would buy and toss out the pits to the chicken pen. Inside the tomato arch, we have another tomato and some, I think, yep, these are the pickling cucumbers. And, of course, some poison ivy that needs to be poisoned. And there are our friendly chickens. Hi, chickens. Hello, birds. And I planted some pole beans in here, but not very many came up, so I need to replant them. There's one. I need to replant this row so they can grow up here. Now the green beans I planted in this row, the Kentucky Wonder, they're doing great. There's another cucumber. Got a nice row of those. And they can climb up this trellis here. It's nice and tall. I think the ones I planted over here were Blue Lake. I've got some more soaking to put in the ground there. And of course there's our Roma tomatoes on the back side there. Here's our beautiful tansy plant. I started these from seed years ago. I had more of them. I think there was one there. And it's come back every year. Haven't planted anything in here yet. I want to do some winter squash, but we haven't got that done yet. There's those potatoes again. Pond garden. Over here we've got our blackberries. We need to prune away the dead wood. There's already some coming on there. I'm gonna have some blackberries. Hiding back here in the shadows is some lemon balm. Smells really good. Back here by the fence, we have these lilies, canna lilies, calla lilies. I get them mixed up, can't remember which is which. Somebody gave us these last year, and they are doing great. The green one, I bought a root from the store. I think I had 2 or 3, and that one has survived. But these ones our friend gave us are strong and vigorous. Maybe they're older roots, that's why they do better. And we also have some, we put some by the pool too. There's some right here. A nice patch of them. I had some in that planter that the red hibiscus was in, but they didn't survive the winter. And then around here on the other side we have some more. This one's a different variety that our friend gave us. It's kind of got a little bit more variegated leaf. Kind of fiery looking. And then some more of these red ones. Nice big patch of those. Let's go take a peek in the front yard. There was some lawn mowing that happened today. Here in the front, we got our giant peach tree. And here's some peony. There was a big bushy one at my sister's that I dug up, and my brother-in-law helped me dig up. And it came apart in pieces, and these ones survived, which I'm pleased with. And some irises, lilac, some flowers. Here's our pond garden that has become quite a bit shaded. Here's another patch of these lilies and some goji berry bushes. A row of those back there. Got another peony. Some hostas. Got an apple tree right there. And another apple tree right there. And we had some planters here that I moved to the backyard, and I put the raspberries that were in one of them in the ground. So now we're gonna have a raspberry patch here. And I sowed some red clover in between. So that's a new raspberry patch. More violets. Very lush and green. And there is one plum tree. A pear tree. Things getting huge. Another plum tree. And another pear tree. And then a friend gave me a bunch of these irises last year, and I put this clump right here. Aren't they pretty? There's the giant peach tree. And here is another raspberry patch that started out in one of these planters and has escaped. Is spreading. It's kind of gotten a little wild and woolly. Raspberries! Yeah, it looks like there will be raspberries. And this plant was given to us last year. I was pleased to see it came back. I think he called it Painter's Palette. There's the back side of that raspberry patch. There's lots of raspberries coming on there. Lots of them. And then some annuals for the front yard, some impatiens, petunias, and other flowers. So that is a little bit of what is going on in the garden in May.